Show you how to take a photo and put a gradient over it and then add text that is interacting with the photo. So I started by going to this website called pexels.com and I found some free stock photos that I wanted to use. And then after I download them, I opened it in Photoshop. So this is a nice photo that I'd like to put some text on, but I want it to be a gradient instead of the full color photo. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, Desaturate. And that's going to change this into a black and white photo. Then I'm going to add a new layer by going over here to the plus sign. That's Create New Layer. And in this layer, I'm going to use my gradient tool. I'm going to click up here where the gradient is showing, and there's some basics, and then we have a bunch of different colors. Anything we pick, we have can fully change. So that looks nice. I'm going to try this gradient. Now, when I pull my cursor across the screen, I'm showing the direction I want the gradient to go. If I pull really short, then it'll make a really short gradient. If I pull really long, it'll take a long time to go from one color to the next. And so I think we'll try that, see what that looks like. But if you'll notice, now I can't see the photo below it. So in order to see the photo that's actually in the background here, I need to go to my blending modes. So that's right here on the right. It says normal right now. And I can, as I toggle through these, it is going to show me what each type of these, each blending mode would look like if I choose that blending mode. Okay, that's nice. I'm just looking through, ooh, I really like that one too. Which one I like the most? And, oh my gosh, there's a lot. Ooh. Actually, this changes my colors, but I kind of like that one. So the idea is I'm trying to get the photo to kind of be a little bit in the background. Go with that one. All right. And if I decide, you know what, I don't like those colors or something like that, I can always go back here and decide, all right, I want different colors. Oh, we've even got iridescent colors. Oh, that's nice. Let's try this. Oh, that completely changed everything. Now I probably want to go to a different mode. All right, so needless to say, whenever you decide what mode you want, now I want to add some text up here that where the text is actually behind one piece of her hair here and this hair, and then in front of some of her other pieces of hair. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to select my type tool, and I'm going to look. This is a really big picture, so I'm going to go ahead and change this to a much larger point, about 200 point, I think. And I'm going to draw a box. And let's just type a word, something sort of general. And I'm going to adjust the text box so it's just around the word. Go back to my Move tool. And now I'm going to transform that and make it much bigger. Let's see. I think I want a font, though, that is maybe a little bit thicker. Let's try maybe, ooh, no, that's too thick. No. Just going to keep what I have for right now. and go bold. There we go. But I need to make it a little smaller. Oops, in order for it to fit. All right. So now that I have my word here, I think I would like for it actually to be a different color as well. We'll do just a white. Now, again, I want her hair to be interacting with this photo. So what I'm going to do is on this layer, I'm going to add a layering mask. It's actually called a vector mask because it's a layer of just type, not photography. But it's a mask nonetheless. The way a mask works is when the mask is white, you can see everything through it, but any place on the mask that you paint black, the mask becomes see-through. So I am going to zoom in right here where this part of her hair, I want this to go over these letters. And I'm going to take the opacity down to very little. I put about 20%. And then I'm going to take my, where's my magnetic lasso? Okay, for some reason they moved my magnetic lasso. Okay, so I've got my magnetic lasso tool and I'm going to sort of trace around this piece of hair, and so that I'm basically selecting it. And then I'm just going to trace around kind of roughly here, just about enough of it to where I know that if I decide I want to change to a different letter, that I won't have to go back because the entire piece of hair will be selected as being in the foreground. So I'm going to come up to here, and now I have a selection. So now that I have that selection, I want this piece of hair to also be in the front. So I am going to choose Add to Selection. And then I am going to also use the magnetic lasso tool on this piece of hair here. Just kind of quickly going along and letting it kind of find where the edges are. Looks like it didn't do such a good job right here, so I'm going to go Subtract from Selection, and I'm going to kind of show it what I want it to do right here. And I'm going to take that away. I'm going to take away another piece right there. All right, I think that's pretty good. I can clean that up later. So the whole point of making the selections is so that when I go to paint with my paintbrush the black color onto my layer mask, the only thing that is selected, I don't have to be so good with my paintbrush, so I can get a nice big paintbrush and I'm going to paint black onto here, and as you'll notice, it makes those parts of the letters disappear. Magical. Then I can go to Select and Deselect, and then I can go in and I can say, okay, did I miss anything over here that I want to be in the background? And I did miss a few things, so I'm going to go back to my brush tool, and I am going to get a smaller brush. I'm going to make sure that it's a hard brush, and I am going to just redefine those edges. There wasn't quite enough contrast for that magnetic lasso tool right there. Okay, great. I think this looks pretty good. So, boom. Let's back up, and I'm going to say Fit Screen. And then I'm going to bring my letters all the way to full opacity again. And as you can see now, it looks like this piece of hair is in front of the word happiness, and so is this piece of hair, but these pieces of hair are behind the word happiness, so it's weaving in and out of those pieces of hair. So again, that is how you can add a gradient and change your blending modes, add text, and then add a layer mask to your text to have it interact with the photo. And I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.